you are welcome. If you're new to the page, I'm Julie Siomacco, owner of Southern Charm Wreaths, where we make beautiful wreaths and teach you how to make and sell them. We're going to be making a Deco Mesh Valentine's Day wreath today. This is a Facebook Live or a YouTube Live, depending on where you're watching. And I'm watching your comments. Sometimes I miss them because I'm in the middle of working. I do go back and read every one of them. If you want to follow and subscribe so that you don't miss the next time we go live, make sure to do that. And we're going to go ahead and get started. We got West Virginia. We got people all over the world watching today. No pressure here. But we're going to do this really fun Valentine's Day Deco Mesh wreath. Who is a lover and a fan of Deco Mesh? And tell me below, have you ever made a Deco Mesh wreath before? Have you made one before? Hey, Chris from Alabama. Jennifer's listening while she drives home. Girl, just be making sure you pay attention to where you're driving. For the Wreath of the Month Club, Valerie, if you want to join our Wreath of the Month Club group, go to learntowreath.com, learntowreath.com, and that will, it'll give you more information, and you can also join the waiting list. We will open up our group, our Wreath of the Month Club group, in the next month or so. All right, I've got my 24-inch work wreath. Now, the wreath comes with all these ties on it, okay? So let me angle this down so we can see a little better. All right. So it comes with these ties on it so that you can, makes this wreath making a lot easier. Deco Mesh is where it all began. I love that. We're going to use our 10-inch mesh and start this process with adding the mesh to our wreath. So tell me, what's the scoop? How are we? How are we doing? It's been a whirlwind of a 2021 already, hasn't it? It already feels like we should be in June with all the stuff that's happened so far. Denise, we're going to have the, you can join Wreath Making 101. I'm trying to remember that one right there. So you can always join that right there. If you're new to wreath making, it just helps you to get started. There's a lot of information in that for sure. All right, we're going to measure out. I'm going to do the poof method, and we're using 21-inch poofs. And I'm just going to work around the wreath. We got people posting on Etsy. Some people taking down their Christmas. Who still has their Christmas up? Sylvia's working hard for the money so she can play on the weekends with her wreaths. I love it. I love it. One day, maybe you'll be doing this full time. Ah, Sherry's like, thanks to you, girl. I'm making wreaths all the time. I'm constantly making wreaths. I love it. Y'all, when I first started, we didn't have hardly any YouTube videos with wreath making. There was very little. I think I could count like on one hand how many Deco Mesh wreaths there were. The Deco Mesh wreath tutorials, it was just one on one hand. And now, look at how many people have caught the bug. I love it. Building up a wreath industry. I was just talking to my mastermind about that. Or, you know, when I first started, there was only a few places to get supplies. And I thought to myself, everybody wants to know where to get this stuff. And there's only a few places. And so I'm like, let's just start building up a wreath industry. So that's what I did. I started teaching all the tips and the tricks, educating people. Now people want to get involved. I love meeting all of the different wreath makers and suppliers. In fact, I got off the call for our Wreath Makers live event conference call. So we are already starting our live Wreath Makers live planning. This is a 10-inch mesh. If you don't know what Wreath Makers Live is, go to wreathmakerslive.com and you'll learn all the information. We're going to be updating the schedule on Monday. We just got off the call. I'm going to give my assistant Taylor the weekend to relax and then update that website. But it's wreathmakerslive.com. We've only got I want to say we've got about 100 tickets left. So if you can get to the Dallas area, or you're in or near the Dallas area, I would love to see you in person. We're taking all the precautions too. We have, everyone's going to be social distance, you know, standing in line for vendors, social distance. All of the tables will be spread out for social distancing. So we're taking all of the precautions because even though we're doing, even though we've got the vaccine being distributed, we are playing it safe. We are playing it safe. So don't be afraid that, we won't be taking all the precautions. We are. So these are, this is a 10-inch mesh. It's a poly burlap, and this one is pretty stiff. I like it. I'm making these loops 10 inches long. Just working my way around the inner ring, and then I'm going to the outer ring. Trina made a Mardi Gras wreath for her mom. Well, that's cool. Who else here celebrates Mardi Gras? This is a poly burlap mesh, and this is, what color would y'all say this is? It reminds me of candy cane. So it's like a red and white mixture together, combined together. I got this mesh from Trendy Tree. I got my wreath frame from Trendy Tree. So I've gone all the way around the outer ring. Y'all, this mesh comes in all different colors. So how to sell. Okay, so if you are interested in selling your wreaths, I have a tutorial on my website, southerncharmwreaths.com. If you click the shop button, look for the Etsy Quick Start Guide, and it gets you started selling on Etsy. A lot of people sell from, different ways, right? They sell friends, neighbors, they used to sell craft shows, and hopefully that's starting to open back up again in some places, but online to me is where it's at. And those who were ready and prepared to sell online last year really saw a huge increase in their sales because they were ready. They didn't have to scramble because of the pandemic with their craft shows being closed down. I'm just going to add a third layer, a third row, because I'm using the 10-inch mesh and I want it to be a little fuller. This could have been a red wreath frame if you have red. We're going to be doing red, I think red and pink. So you were trying to sell on Facebook, yeah. Okay, so there's one thing you've got to understand about the different platforms. You know, Facebook did kind of come around a little bit towards the end of the pandemic, in my opinion, you know, about helping people set up shops and stuff like that, which is great. I mean, they're all about supporting small business. I like that. But most of the time, people go to Facebook to socialize or to watch wreath making videos, you know, a lot of time, or cat videos, or, you know, catch up with their friends and stuff. So it's a little trickier selling on Facebook. So I recommend, if you are selling your handmade crafts, to use Facebook instead of a place to build a community around your brand versus really selling to them. I like to get on here and chit chat with you guys, catch up with you, hopefully inspire you to try a new thing with flowers and ribbon and, you know, wreath making. So that's why I just, you know, I don't know, that's what I like to do. So that's how I'm using it. People do different things. Thanks, Chris, for helping out, answering those questions. And let's see, I think we're on our last one. So we just did 3 rows of 10-inch loops. Get that last little piece down there. I'm just going to trim this off. We got our lovely little baby down there sleeping. His name is Jasper. I'm going to try not to wake him up. He's my little mascot for the channel. Everybody keeps an eye on him. They're the ones that told me he didn't like being in I moved his bed, he's a Yorkie, he's 8 years old, and I moved his bed underneath a little bench that I was kind of using for storage, and I put his little bed under the bench, kind of to help, you know, protect him, because it can get dangerous in here with all of the wire flying and the glue flying. We crazy wreath makers in here. And so I was just trying to keep him protected, and he didn't like it. He didn't like it. So it was my Wreath of the Month Club members who were saying, I don't think Jasper's liking that bed. And I finally moved it out, and then he likes it better where he can see me and be on camera himself. Anybody else have a fur baby that's just their passion? Yes, he is definitely happier, Penny, to have his bed back out in the open. But he is my little baby. All my kids are grown and gone, so he's who I dote on. So we're doing, these are 13-inch ribbon streamers that I've cut. All ribbon is wired. And I'm just going to alternate these back and forth. Hey, Yvette, welcome. You're not late. Y'all know you can always watch a replay. You can always watch a replay. Head over to, you know, my YouTube channel or my Facebook channel, whichever you prefer to be on. Yes, Sally takes her baby with her everywhere. Hey, Miss Christy. So does anyone put a Valentine's wreath on their door? So a lot of times people don't think that Valentine's Day is a good seller for wreath makers, and I'm here to tell you it is. I get a lot of people who want to buy the wreaths as soon as I make them. The other thing to take note is I feel like patriotic is going to be really big this year too. Like not just for 4th of July or Memorial Day. I really feel like it's just a kind of a year-round thing for this year. So much has, gone on in the States. Everybody's ready for some peace and unity. Right, so you could see how we went all the way around the inner ring. It looks cute. Now I'm going to do the outer ring. Just trying to see if I remembered where I got the ribbons from. I don't remember, honestly. I may have gotten them from Trendy Tree. I typically put one up for the month of February. Anything that's going to be Valentine's related, I put it up just for the month of February. I know a lot of people start decorating for Valentine's Day sooner than that, but that's just kind of, what I like to do with my own home. Deborah says this is magical to me. Oh, Deborah, I'm so glad. It's magical to me too. It's definitely a great way to end the week when I've been on phone calls pretty much all week. Mentoring, I've got my one-on-one mastermind group calls that we did all week. I got caught up with them. And then I just ended our Wreath Makers Live event calls today. Got some plans and the actions, planning all the things with that. Christy's got her winter still up. I do too. I still have winter up. Karen does wreath making as a hobby mostly. And I messed this up. I wasn't paying attention. So this is going to be with that one, and this is going to be with this one. So just cut them 13 inches long, pleat them in the center, and twist on top of our mesh wreath. This is Deco mesh. Renee says she's not made one since the fall. She's just done a few arrangements, and now she's thinking about making one. I like it. Make sure you show me, go to my Facebook page and post a picture so that I can see what you make. I love watching how everybody else makes theirs. Yes, Kim, he's loving it. Y'all were right. Wait, did I mess this up somehow? Did I double up? I did. Lori made her mom a Valentine's wreath. This is poly burlap mesh. Okay, so I've gotten all the way around. And now I'm gonna put a sign in the center. But y'all, if you just want this, you can leave it just like this. Here's the sides. So you can see how thick it is. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my sign on. We are in the midst of selling our old house. Have y'all ever done that? Like gone through the sale of a house? It is not for the faint of heart, let me just say. They give you here, I guess every state's probably different, but for here, you have to have things done by certain times. Like if you're going to make changes or updates, or if the buyer wants you to make updates, you have to do things by a certain time. And it's kind of hard to get things done right now with COVID, and it's a little stressful. Like, are you going to be there? Is it going to be done in time? All right, here is our beautiful sign. It just screams Valentine's Day, doesn't it? Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and attach this. We attached this florist wire, with staples, making sure this one's not going to pull out. It's a little loosey-goosey. I'm going to restaple this one. Make sure we get a little bit tighter. There. So we've got ribbon underneath our wire to help prevent that staple going through. The trickiest part, I think, of the wreath for me is always the sign. Anybody else have that issue? It's just the sign that it's just takes a little bit more finagling to get centered. All right, I'm just going to attach this down. One more. Hey, Deborah, I see you. The work wreath cost, I want to say, is around the $5 mark. How much? Somebody asked how much it cost. Okay, so here, if you're going to add a sign, this is what it looks like. Again, you don't have to add a sign if you get stuck, like I don't know if I can manage a sign. Deco mesh is the easiest wreath to master. And you don't have to do all the things that I do. I'm going to make sure I try to keep that heart shape showing. Okay. Fun. Let's go ahead and put it up on our easel. I'm going to move this one that we did in our wreath making of the month club group, which was really pretty. We did that one last night. Let me show you another one we did in our wreath of the month club group. How pretty is that? Who is ready for spring? This was such a fun project that we did in our wreath of the month club group. Getting ready for spring, y'all. We are getting ready for spring. Let's see. I think I'm just going to find me a little pipe cleaner and make a quick hanger for the top of this. I'm going to hang this up on my easel. Now, if you don't have an easel, you can put this up on your wall. Or if you have a door. To help design. You could also just do it on your table. Now that we've built up our frame, just going to go through and fluff out our ribbons a little bit because I got them smashed. This will help me determine where I'm going to place my flowers. Again, you could stop here if you wanted, y'all know me. I got to take it up a notch. Greenery. Do you add greenery to your Deco Mesh wreaths? Let's move it this way. What are the plans for the weekend? What are y'all's plans? Y'all already know mine. I've got to process an order that came through of ribbon and florals. I think, let me redo that a little bit tighter. Okay. We're going to do our wreath making retreat is going to be here in the Columbia, South Carolina area in April. And so we got some supplies for that. That's got to be opened up. Got that palette to open up and go through and sort through that. So we'll be working again this weekend, working our dream job. Denise is excited and learning. Yay, I'm excited you're here, Denise. What are you doing this weekend? Anybody else going to be hustling? Registration is closed for the retreat. Yes, we sold out very fast. Yes. Wreath Retreat is sold out. I mean, that's something that I only offer in the Wreath of the Month Club group because we're very limited. It's hands-on. It's limited to 30 women, not women, 30 people, but mainly it's been women. But obviously anyone could come. But we've got 30 people. We do arrangements, wreaths. It's a make and take. I go around and help you. It's just a fun event. Everybody gets glue pods. I try to make your little station just like mine. Denise is visiting her mom. Like it. Make sure you take her little arrangement. Make her something. Let's see. So I always make little, here in the South we call them Circes, which means just a little gift, a little I'm thinking of you type gift. We call it a Circe. And all it, is something small. And so I usually do little flower arrangements, and that's a lot of green, isn't it, y'all? I might have to divide that. I usually do flower arrangements in a little container. People love that stuff. And if you keep it within the theme of the season, so for example, you're getting ready to get into Valentine's Day. So you might want to put a Valentine's wreath, not a wreath, an arrangement. All right, let's see if I do here, here, and there. Let's spread that out a little bit. Joanne's from South Carolina. She knows what I'm talking about. Aiken. I'm trying to remember where Aiken is. Greenery. What kind of greenery am I using? I am using a, this is a plastic bush. It's just got multiple, you know, multiple different variety of stems. Are y'all a fan of the permanent botanicals? Are you a fan of the plastics? They definitely don't make plastic like they used to. Let's see if I can get this one to divide a little bit more. Hey Lynette, the wreath frame is 24 inches. And Janice is here. Hello, welcome. So I'm thinking about doing next. So did you watch me? So what did I do last, y'all? Did I do that Mardi Gras swag? I can't even remember. Oh, we did the hoop wreath last time. I forgot about that one. We did the hoop wreath. I'm thinking about doing a silk flower arrangement. Y'all want me to do that next? Okay, let's just go through and add some more of this greenery. We've got one little piece. We'll add this one up here. Jackie's getting snow. Oh my word. I just love that. Now, if you think it's a little too green, we can always move some of this stuff. I like that one. Let's move that one. And we'll move this one. So if you have a black thumb like I do, playing with the silk flowers is so refreshing. They're always green. Okay, that looks a little bit better. I can always go in and divide it out a little bit more if I needed to. Let's go ahead and move this one. All right, so I have choices. I have the hot pink geraniums, and then I have my bubblegum pink peonies. I am a fan of peonies. I think I'm going to go with the pink. Well, we are nowhere near getting anything like snow here in the south. Aren't these fun? Just going to put it in my hair right here. Oh, sounds like somebody's home from work. So who puts red, not red, who puts flowers in their Deco mesh wreaths? I know a lot of people put, you know, ribbon and ornaments. I like the garden style. Let's see, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I know what I'm going to do then. We'll just put 3 on the inner, 3 on our inner ring. One more flower. Y'all, this didn't take very long, did it? All right, so we've got that up there. I'm looking to see if I had one more thing. I feel like it needs maybe one more flower. We'll use these. We'll use these. Sherry's trying to develop her confidence. That takes some time. Making sure you understand the mechanics is huge. Nothing will deflate your confidence like making something and then it falling apart. So making sure you have really good mechanics is a big start of it. And just remember that you're your own worst critic. You're the only one that will probably look at it and critique it to the nth degree when everybody else around you is like, oh, it's perfect, leave it. Hey, Josh, you gonna make a bow with me tonight? Tonight? He's like, tonight? We'll do it this weekend. How about that?
Okay, deal.
Deal. We're gonna make a bow. I'm gonna teach my son how to make a bow. That's a very good life skill, by the way. Your wife will love you. Future wife. His future wife. What do you think? If you had ladies, if your husband could make a bow, would you not be like over the top excited? It's the little things sometimes that turn us on. If you can make a bow, you would save Mama so much time. Also, help with the decorating. Help with the tree put up. I'm just cutting these a little shorter. My shirt says, "You had me at ribbon." Someone was asking over on YouTube. Oh, Renee's dad could make a bow. That's cool. Now that is interesting to think about your dad's doing it. Yeah, I don't think my dad could have. He was a man of many talents, but not sure he could do that. Vicki also has a Josh. Y'all, what do you think about this? Yes or no with the white? Chloe struggles with bows. Y'all, I'm going to be hosting another bow making challenge. So do y'all remember we last fall we did a holiday bow making challenge? I'm going to do another bow making challenge, and it's going to be spring and spring and summer. But we go through so much with the challenge that, oh my gosh, you learn so many different bows that you can do, and really you can make bows all year round. We'll be making some patriotic bows. Everybody's decorating with patriotic bows. Have you also seen the red bows? If you want to make a yellow bow for military family you're waiting their arrival to come home. Love the white. One more. Step back and figure out where we're going to put it. Y'all, this is just so pretty. Just love it. Do we want that up there? Do we want it down here? Do we want it over here? We'll put it up there. To me, it just blends the pink and the red together, doesn't it? Just blends and marries the two. So we've got sort of a red and white, which, blended mesh. And if you look briefly, it just looks like a little bit of pink woven into. That's what happens, when you mix the pink and the red. And so it just looks pretty with the pink sign on it. And then adding our really pretty florals to give some more texture and interest. I'm going to move this little guy up here so that we can see our heart. Yep. How's that? Looks like that one little flower is a little too long. So we're gonna, okay, I can't pull him out. He is stuck. We will cut him out. Reposition. There, that's better. It's a little shorter. There you go. Really, really pretty. It's a Valentine's Day for your front door using Deco mesh, flowers, and of course ribbons, my favorite. Hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope I inspired you. If I missed your questions, I will come back in and answer them. Lynette says, I like your hair pulled up. This is like, I didn't wash it today kind of look. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. I'll be back on hopefully this weekend, and we're going to be making an arrangement. That's what everybody said they wanted to see next, is an arrangement. Let me know what you want to see. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the little bell icon so that you'll be notified the next time we go live.